Now let's say we're asked to find the volume of a composite shape just like this, which is a combination of a right pyramid or right triangle pyramid and a rectangle over here. So when it comes to volume, because there isn't an official covering or a block or an overlap like there would be for a surface area, because in surface area you're trying to cover this whole thing, what we can simply do is just find the volume of this shape separately and then the volume of this shape and then add them together, since there is a continuous space from this shape to the pyramid. So if I'm thinking about the right pyramid, the general formula for volume of a right pyramid is as follows, where it's 1/3 multiplied by the base times the height. Now, this 11 over here is a slant height because it goes all the way to the edge here. Okay, if it was a triangle height or a pyramid height, it would stop in the middle somewhere over here. So this is a slant height. This height over here is talking about the height of the actual pyramid. So what we need to do is some Pythagorean theorem in order to get the height of the pyramid. So that being said, if we're isolating just the triangle face, so I can get the height here. If this entire base is 6, and this would be the hypotenuse, we're searching for this height here. So for this triangle specifically, which is the right triangle, that distance right here would be roughly about half of the 6. So I'd be looking at a side of about 3 centimeters. And so to get the height here, the height would be equal to the root of 11 squared minus 3 squared. So now, remember the area of the base of our pyramid here, this is the base. I'm going to shade it in so that it's a bit clear. We'll do it in let's say, yellow here. So this is the area of the base, or this is the base that they're talking about, which, since it parallels this given length here, that'd be 6 and 6. So the area of the base would be 6 times 6, and that gives us 36 centimeters squared. So now plugging that in to the volume, I'd go 1/3 multiplied by 36 multiplied by about 10.58 centimeters. And then plugging that into our calculator, we'd have about roughly 126 or so. So we'll say it's going to be about 126.96, and that would be centimeters cubed. Now for the rectangle here, remember that the volume of a rectangle prism is length times width times height, which the length would be the 13 over here. The width would be, let's say, over here, and then the height would be this. So plugging that in now, when I'm getting the volume of the rectangular prism, we would just plug it in as follows. For the total volume of this prism here, we would just add these two together. And so we would go for V total, that'd be about 468 from the rectangle plus about 126.96 for the pyramid. And plugging that into our calculator, we get about 594.96. So we'll just say 595 centimeters cubed.